Hello viewers, you're watching Eco TV International News, our broadcasting for viewers in the Gambia and around the world. We now begin with our headlines. Mr. Jite walks out, Mr. Sise elected. 14 political parties not expected to contest votes in the West Coast. Court tells prosecution to put house in order in treason trial. Gambian women ought to participate in the political leadership. Court asks journalists to pay cost to businessman in defamation. Those were the headlines. We now have the news in detail. There were dramatical scenes in the Brikama yesterday as the governing National People's Party attempted to stage a runoff for the party's ticket for the chairmanship election between top contenders Ahmad Jite and CDCC. The party held an inconclusive election last week following what it called a statement between CC and Jite. Mr. Jite had said he was robbed after his winning vote was declared invalid. He voted never to take part in any more selection processes. However, Mr. Jite was present in yesterday's rerun but demanded his name to be removed from the ballot. This was not granted, and Mr. Jite to walk out as officials went ahead to hold the contest, declaring CDCC as winner with 46 votes against Jite's 22. Jite's campaign team said he is a victim of betrayal. They are denying us the right to contest from the NPP, but as the President Barrow himself always say, you can own your party, but you cannot own the people, his supporters chanted. Following the vote counting, National People's Party first Deputy National President and Minister of Agriculture, Demba Sabali, said 68 delegates participated in the elections out of 79 delegates, from which 46 voted for CDCC and 22 voted for Ahmad Jite. The process is clear and transparent, and I want to urge those who are angry to understand that we are all from the same family and we should rally behind CDCC and support him and make sure he becomes the next chairman, Mr. Sabali said. National People's Party campaign manager Lamin Cham warned against blame James, saying the runoff is only a formality since God has decided who will be the party's flag bearer before yesterday. All political analysts are of the belief that West Coast is a battleground. We don't expect a tougher fight in other regions, but West Coast are missing out. It means losing all. We cannot afford to allow the United Democratic Party to take over here because there will be a disaster for the people of West Coast. The NPP and the Gambia, by extension, Mr. Cham warned. In his acceptance remarks, CDCC thanked the delegates and the National People's Party top brass for bestowing their trust and confidence in him. He urged supporters to tie their belts and start work immediately to ensure that they win the Brikama Area Council chairmanship. The campaign starts today, and he urged them to emulate President Adama Barrow in respect and perseverance, Mr. Sise said. Presidential advisor Sehum Balo said the organization committee came under a lot of pressure, but it did not deter from delivering justice. He dismissed delegations by some members that CD is a member of the PDOIS, saying all of us were somewhere else before coming to the National People's Party, including President Adama Barrow himself, who was part of the United Democratic Party. Outgoing Brikama Area Council Chairman Sirifo Sonko, who declared his support for CDCC, said he forgo his chairmanship to save the National People's Party from a disunity. He described Sisi as a loyal member of the National People's Party, which he manifested in the 2021 presidential election. CD was quiet because of his job as a journalist, Mr. Sirifo Sonko said. As nominations open for area councils in the upcoming local government elections, the Regional Electorate Officer for West Coast, Farabajane, has confirmed that they are not expecting candidates from 14 registered political parties because they did not collect nomination forms in the first place. Mr. Janneh was speaking in his office at the end of the first day of nominations yesterday when both ANRD and the APP failed to show up onto their scheduled date. He revealed the full list of the 14 parties as follows: ANRD, APP, Citizens Alliance, DP, GANU, GAP, GFA, Gambia Moral Congress, NCP, NRP, NUP, PAP, PPP, and the GPDP. Today is supposed to be the nomination for ANRD and APP, but we are not even expecting them because they did not collect the nomination forms. Mr. Janneh said. He, however, disclosed that 33 forms were collected for independent candidates in West Coast region, and they are contacting them individually to give them the appointments in the place of absentees political parties. In fact, they have called few to check if they could come to that they can utilize an otherwise empty day, he said. The Independent Electoral Commission regional officer for the called on aspirant independent candidates to come out and get their nominations, as there is need for them to wait until their scheduled dates, since most parties are not expected to come. The judge presiding over the case of 5 soldiers accused of a plot of overthrow the government has told prosecutors to put their house in order in prosecuting the matter. Justice Basiru Mahoney made these remarks after the state prosecutor A.M. Yusuf sought for an adjournment because his witness is out of jurisdiction. The witness was supposed to testify as their fourth witness in the ongoing trial of Corporal Sana Sabali, alleged ringleader. Sergeant Jibril Dabo, Corporal Ibrahim Sano, Corporal Omar Jai, and Sub-Inspector Fabakari Jawara, who are facing 2 counts of treason, concealment of treason, and incitement of mutiny. The prosecution's application was not challenged by the defense team, but the judge, however, told them to make the witness available on the next adjournment date. Meanwhile, the state has until today to file the application for their ongoing agent to testify in camera. The trial continues. Senior officers of the National Council for Civic Education on Tuesday, 14th March 2023, urged Gambian youth, particularly women, to participate in the political leadership positions. NCCA officials made this statement during an outreach campaign aimed at training young people and youth networks on voter education and women involvement in leadership for peace and development. Attended by community members, the campaign, which is funded by UNICEF Gambia under the Joint UN Women Leadership Project, commenced the 6-day training from the 9th to the 14th of March 2023 and targeted about 240 participants, mainly youth, women, and girls in the Upper River Region, Central River Region, and the Lower River Region. Speaking out on the engagements in Mansakanko in the Lower River Region, Yusufa Bojan, the program manager of NCCE, stated that training is part of the several engagements his institution is recently rolling out ahead of the local government elections. That training aims to engage young people and youth networks in order to enlighten and build their capacities on civic and voter education and community dialogues to advocate and support women's political leadership. The engagement will also enhance participants' knowledge and skills to advocate and support inclusive and meaningful participation of women in politics and decision-making processes ahead of 2023 local government elections. Mr. Bojang said that despite forming more than half of the country's population, women representation in leadership and decision-making still lag behind their rural counterparts. Justice Ademola Bakri of High Court Annex in Banjul on Tuesday, 14th March 2023, asked journalist Fabakari BCC to pay a cost of $2,000 to Abubakar Jawara, the Chief Executive Officer of GACH. This is a defamation trial brought to CEA Jawara against journalist Cisse, the managing director of the Trumpet newspaper, managing editor of Trumpet newspaper. The award, of course, was made after lawyer Bori S. Ture for journalist Sisi informed the court that he is appearing for the first time in the case and needed time. Lawyer Ida Barrow for CEO Jawara informed the court that she was ready to proceed with the case. Lawyer Drame said journalist Sisi always comes to court and this was his duty to brief his counsel regarding the matter. Lawyer Drame asked for cause in favor of CEO Jawara. The court granted the request any asking journalist Sisi to pay the sum of $2,500 as cause of favor to CEO Jawara for wasting the court's time. Jawara instituted civil action against journalist Fabakary Cissé, asking damages for defamation and slander, and order directing a journalist Cissé to issue an unreserved apology to him via publication to be published in widely circulating national newspaper. Jawara is asking the court to make an order directing Cissé to pay special damages he incurred as a result of articles published by him. He is asking for perpetual injunction restraining Cissé whether by himself or his agents from further defamation him in any way or matter. He is asking for interest at this rate of 15% per annum and cost. The matter was adjourned on the 18th of March 2023. Those were the stories we have for you on our today's newscast bulletin. But before we take a leave of you, let's take a recap on our top stories. Mr. Jute walks out, Mr. Cissé elected. 14 political parties not expected to contest wards in West Coast. Court tells a prosecution to put house in order in treason trial. Gambian women ought to participate in political leadership. Court asks journalists to pay costs to businessman in defamation. Those were the stories of our today's news bulletin. Thank you for joining us with your presenter, Maria McGillen. Do have a pleasant day.